back, Mr. Political. We have so many things going on in the world on the political level, on a religious level. A lot of things are being exposed. People's eyes all over the world are opening up. The powers that be don't like that. But one thing that I will say somewhat that is trending, ever since the passing and transition of Kevin Samuels, a lot of others have gotten very much aware on what's going on. And we're not demonizing women, but we're going to speak about that slice of woman who is mad that many men are waking up to the whole stepdaddy syndrome, right? Where you have women who may be a little destitute or may need a little extra money in the house, and they look for a man, not everybody who has kids, but we're saying a great majority of those who we're talking about, look for a man to become that replacement daddy, but he doesn't get any respect. He's investing his money into the home that she already had, and those children are not going to respect him when he gets older, and all she wants is that paycheck. She'll throw up a little sex every now and then, but once she gets him, after a while, he realizes what it's all about. It's about her kids, to hell with you, give us the money, and you might get lucky in the bedroom. A lot of men are saying now, I am not dating or dealing with anybody who has children at any age. I need to have a woman, and these are the men who are single, making good money, whether they're not, but they're saying, I don't want to deal with a woman who has a pre-existing family. And these women are angry because the hustle is over. What are your words on that to those women who think this way and who look for the men who will go in for this? And what are your feelings on the men who will go in for this, for the sex? Talk to me, brother.
Hey, Lance, it's good to allow me to come back. And this is a fitting topic for such a humorous day, a rainy day full of rain. I mean, I cannot even explain how much is raining. In this conversation we don't have, and in my own opinion, I must be truthful with you, that those three issues that are on the tables in this question are as old as the pyramid.
Let me interrupt you really quick. If you're on a speakerphone, if you can come off a Bluetooth or something, but keep going.
Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, now, let's be truthful about it. This rabbit hole has been glorified. Our position has been downgraded for the last 3 decades. For us to have a come-to-me moment and come to the realization that all the while it was propaganda and not team play is a farce. We knew this as men. We named it by less modern terms. We called these men tea partners. You have heard me correctly. They are tea partners. I have been a tea partner. I find myself in the position now that I am a tea partner. All right? And most men, unbeknownst to them, have played the role of a tea partner. And what a tea partner is for people who are confused, it is a person or a man. We are talking about a man that has no significant presence other than in your life than to entertain you, to supplement your income, and to be overlooked as a positive role model. Now, we play this role. We play this role because we're trying to get next to the poon nanny, and we think in the midst of this hormonal disbalance that we're going to reap the reward, that this is a small price to pay, just like simping is a small price to pay to get next to the poon nanny. Now, all poon nanny ain't good poon nanny. It's just poon nanny by accident of birth. And in doing so, it is a weapon which is used for manipulation and control, because we have no control over the little head and very few conversations with the big head. These two parties in this question and the awakening which is occurring in society today will come to clash. They will come into a position of being adversarial with each other, because we know that the little head has no conscience, no morals, and no ethics. The big head has not had enough higher learning to be effective to control the small head. Now, this small head, this dominant creature in the makeup of the body, wills supreme when it comes down to men at a certain point. And that's where the awakening comes in. When you find out that you are nothing but a tea partner and that you have invested in a rabbit hole. That's what I called it, a rabbit hole, an empty pit with no great reward. How do you solve that sickness, which has inherently been programmed into you? You do as our fathers have done when awakening comes. Without remorse, you walk away. Without empathy, you walk away. Without regret, you walk away, because the rule is and shall always be the first rule of survival is take care of yourself. Build for yourself. Reach for yourself. And by that time, the big head that has no control over the little head will become wise enough to hold the little head in captive. This is the course of life. You can change that course of life by taking some Viagra, but this course will occur regardless. The little head will become impotent, less full of drive, much less needy in its pursuit of the punani. And then that will be your salvation. You will find a better breeding stock, a better association within the female gender, because that little head will not have dominance to always take the punani. Now, I use these analogies because I can't use the technical terms because we would lose all of it. When you dumb it down, you put it in a realm where all parties, the male and the female, can understand what the problem is. That this awakening which is occurring is a self-composed control over the little head. That the mind and the head had came to an agreement in the midst of a spat and came to the conclusion that they no longer find the punani overwhelmingly desired. It's still wanted, but it's viewed as a luxury now, not a necessary need. Because if you look at it from the perspective of the black man, can't speak about the other crayons in the box, but just the black man, that we are privileged to all the crayons in the box. We're not just limited to the broken one. We're not limited to the short end. We're not limited to the one that just won't stay black. Now, that's not an up, because the lashback comes back when the brother makes reference to the crayon box. When the brother says that he has choices. That choice, which the brother is speaking about, is part of the awakening and the controlling of the little head. That awakening will make life hard for him, but it is a worthy journey for better. And in this decision to restrain the little head, he will have a great reward. because the big head will have peace of mind. The big head will not emotionally be played with, psychologically manipulated, or deframed or hindered from its ultimate goal. We must always remember today that as the world changes, as the world takes new focus on womanhood in America, that the conscious changes that she is making are not always for the good. The modernization and time management which she uses to create and develop her family to be an effective unit, a team, is not working. It is not helping her achieve not only in the family, it is not helping her achieve in the workplace, and it's definitely not helping her sustain her bedroom. These games, these tea partners, these simps, by any other roads, by any other name you may call them, they are the lesser creature because they live in fantasy. They live in an illusion of a time that does not exist. Taking a step backwards is not a sign of retreat. Taking a step backwards is a sign of regrouping, reevaluating, and replanning a new pursuit. Your key to obtaining a better relationship is in the past, and the cultural rituals of the past. This will give you that simple mate. That will give you a trustful relationship, not a relationship based on feasibility and exploitation. These relationships that are based upon exploitation today of the man being satisfied with just the punani will not sustain itself. That even in man, primarily the black man, not the Afro-American man, because he will waddle in the mud, in the filth for a few more decades. But the black man, he will climb out of that pigsty called the dating ritual, and he will do better. He will take a step backwards, not in retreat, but in reevaluating what are the qualities of the good woman. This is your boy, Mr. Political. I have been absent from the scene, but I am always evaluating the land. And in doing so, I've seen a great number of things in relationships since the passing of Mr. Sanders. I've seen individuals retreat from the relationship scene because they cannot deal with the ignorance of our women. I've seen men become totally disgusted with the fairy tales that their mothers had fed them. At the same time, I have seen lesser men become ignorant, indignant, and stupid in their pursuit of the punani, to the point that they're willing to even throw their manhood on the fire of disaster. These individuals, with all your might, I ask you to hold them by hand, to put hand upon their shoulder, to sit and counsel them on a better way to get the punani, a better way to view the punani, and the ultimate way to deal with the punani. These are derogatory terms by those who are listening in earshot. These are defameful, disrespectful use of words. But when you plant a course, yes, plan a course to destruction, It makes no difference on what tune is played in your destruction. This is your boy, Mr. Political, on a rainy day in the great state of Florida, wishing you a positive week to come, because we no longer have time to take it day by day. A week at a time. This is your boy, and I'm out.